Just going to press pause on that conversation, though, to bring you some breaking news. As we mentioned just before the news there, ABC News has posted local and federal sources telling ABC News that federal agents shot 2 people in Portland in Oregon on Thursday afternoon, of course, earlier on today, US time. The FBI is responding. The sources say the agents opened fire. Let's get the very latest now. The hardest working man in the business is Simon Marks, LBC's US correspondent, and joins us with the latest. It's an emerging story, Simon, but what more do we know?
It is an emerging story, Henry, but we know that Portland police, at about 2 hours ago, roughly 2.5 hours ago, responded to an emergency call and found a man and a woman, both of whom had been shot, reportedly by the Border Patrol this time around, not ICE. There are 2 different agencies that are fielding masked agents on the streets of the country to round up migrants. There's ICE, which of course was responsible for the fatal shooting in Minneapolis 24 hours ago, but there's also the Border Patrol, and this appears to have been the shooting of 2 people by Border Patrol agents. Portland police have been at pains to say they were not involved in the incident. The man and the woman were both conveyed to hospital where they are undergoing treatment. According to the president of Portland City Council, it is not believed that their lives are in danger. The mayor said after the shooting was confirmed that Portland is now grappling with another deeply troubling incident. We cannot sit by while constitutional protections erode and bloodshed mounts. Portland, he said, is not a training ground for militarized agents, and the full force threatened by the Trump administration has deadly consequences. So Mayor Keith Wilson in Portland now joining Mayor Jacob Frey in Minneapolis and demanding that ICE and the Border Patrol end all operations in both cities, Portland and Minneapolis, respectively. There are reports that the man was found by police injured by gunfire in his vehicle. I'm not clear whether the woman that was escorted to hospital was also in that vehicle. But there is no question that this puts a fresh focus on the violence and the terror that is, without question, being meted out on the streets of cities in various parts of the United States by both ICE and the Border Patrol. And it is curious that these 2 individuals in Portland were found wounded by Portland police. But it doesn't appear to have been the Border Patrol that raised the alarm, but rather the wounded man who called police. Nor, does it seem, were Border Patrol agents still on the scene of the shooting when police arrived. So all sorts of questions that still require answers. But we know that ICE agents, prior to yesterday's fatal shooting of Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis, had been involved in 9 separate shooting incidents, none of them resulting in fatalities, unlike the incident on Wednesday in Minneapolis. But now 2 more people shot, reportedly by the Border Patrol agents in Portland, and this is only going to add fresh fuel to what is already an extremely tense and brittle week here in the United States as people react to what is, without question, there's no other way of describing it, thuggish behaviour by the masked agents of President Donald Trump's administration.
Thank you, Simon. Clearly a very fast-moving, emerging situation to piece together all of those facts. Simon Marks is LBC's US correspondent. We will, of course, bring you any further updates on that if we hear them this morning on LBC.